I'm Miss Susan with some reading recommendations for children and teens. You can get these books that I'm recommending today and more from our digital library through Libby and Hoopla on the Cape May County Library website at www.cmclibrary.org. Today I'll be recommending 3 books, and I'll share information about each book's genre, suggested grade level, age range, as well as its guided reading level. The first book I'm recommending is Diary of a Worm by Doreen Cronin. Doreen Cronin has written many books, including Click Clack Moo, Cows That Type, and she's pretty popular. Her books are always pretty funny. This is a very funny, entertaining, fictional story about the life of a worm. Yes, a worm. You might think it would not be very interesting, but it is pretty funny. If we take a look at the back cover, June 5th, I got the feeling I'm being watched, is what the worm recorded. That's how this book goes. It's written, the worm tells his story in the form of a diary. So he's just kind of journaling. Almost every day he's journaling about things that happened in his life. I'll show you some examples here. He'll have the date up here, and then he'll have some information of what happened that day, and the illustrations bring it to life. Okay. You'll learn about the worm's family, friends, home, schoolwork, and especially his best friend, Spider. This book is a great mentor text for writing. You'll notice that in the recommendations for the suggested grade level, it is appropriate for preschoolers all the way up to 5th graders. Preschoolers obviously would enjoy the story and the illustrations, but the 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders could also benefit from the writing style. This book is a guided reading level K, and it can be found on Cape May County's library's website, on Hoopla as an audiobook, as an ebook, and this can be found as a movie on Hoopla. If you like the story, Doreen Cronin wrote a sequel to the story, and that is called Diary of a Spider. And Worm appears in Diary of Spider, just like Spider appears in this book. So that's my second choice. It's a lot of fun, it's hilarious, and Spider's quite a writer. Worm's quite a writer, so is Spider. My second book recommendation is Ish. Ish is a story, a fiction book, about the transformation of a young boy in terms of his relationship with his art and his outlook on life. Raymond is a young boy in the story, and Raymond likes to draw anything, anywhere, anytime. He loves drawing. Until one day when his older brother was looking over his shoulder and made a comment about his drawing. And from that moment on, Raymond stops drawing. But we'll have to read the rest of the story yourself to find out how the story ends, whether he ends up drawing again. This book deals with the concept of perfectionism. You probably know someone who's a perfectionist. They won't do anything unless they can do it totally perfect. It also deals with the concept of ish, like ish art, as well as ish thinking ishly. So perhaps it's a good idea to go through life in an ish manner than a perfectionist manner. This thought-provoking story is written for grades 1 through 5, ages 6 through 10, and it's a guided reading level L. It can be found on the Cape May County Library website on Hoopla as a movie, an audiobook, and it's also available in English and Spanish. And on Libby, it can be found as an ebook. So this is a pretty cool book and very thought-provoking and can start some good conversations. If you have a child that is very much a perfectionist, this would be a great story to read with them. So that's my second choice. My third book recommendation is also quite an interesting book. It's called Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus. Interesting title, right? Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus. You might think this book is about the life of a cactus. Not so much, but maybe. This is actually a very hilarious, sometimes serious adventure mystery. And it's also a book about finding acceptance and making friends. The main character in this book is Avon Green. Avon is a girl, and she was born without arms. Her life gets turned totally upside down when her parents decide to move the family to Arizona to a rundown and declined Western theme park. They're going to bring this theme park back to life is the plan. Of course, Avon isn't keen on moving to Arizona and to run a theme park with her family because she's made friends, she's enjoyed school, and she's learned how to be very successful and independent even though she doesn't have arms. But once she arrives in Arizona, Avon comes across a mystery and has to solve this mystery. She also ends up meeting a boy who has a lot of problems of his own. He struggles, and she befriends him, and she tries to help him as well as solve the mystery. Did I mention that Avon was adopted? Yeah, the parents adopted a little girl without arms. She finds ways to deal with her new school, no friends or very few friends, and face her very worst fears, all without arms. This book is written for grades 3 through 7, ages 8 through 12, and it's a level T, guided reading level T. It can be found on the Cape May County Library's website, on Hoopla as an audiobook, and on Libby as an ebook. This is a really interesting book. I think you might enjoy it. It's got a lot of neat themes in it as well as interesting characters. Those are the 3 books I'm recommending today. In order to get these books, you will need your library card before going to the Cape May County Library website at www.cmclibrary.org. When you get to the website, on the right-hand side is the word menu, and right next to it is 3 bars. That's a hamburger menu, so you want to click on those 3 bars. When you do, that will bring up a page that allows you to find the word borrow. So you can click on borrow. When you click on borrow, you'll come up to a next page, and one of the options is ebooks. So click on ebooks, and that'll bring you to the page to access Hoopla and the Overdrive/Libby platform. If you don't have a library card, that's not a problem. Just go to www.cmclibrary.org and click on Get a Library Card Here. It's right in the center of the screen. It's in a little box with a picture, and you just click on Get My Library Card Here, and you'll just fill out a little bit of information, and you'll be able to get your library card. If you had a library card but lost it, that's not a problem either. You can email us at reference@cmclibrary.org, and we will contact you to help you out. Don't forget to click on the CMC Library Kids icon when you're on the website. That'll bring you to lots of wonderful resources for your children and teens. You can see that there's scavenger hunts on there. There's also Lego challenges, as well as recommended reading lists that you can access for grade levels, babies and toddlers, all the way up to 7th and 8th graders. I hope you enjoy my reading recommendations for children and teens in this video. Thank you, and look for more reading recommendation videos soon. See you next time.